Hold it.
Were these men talking, by any chance?
Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as you lied to me. Oh, and I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine, pal.
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart.
If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony.
Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me.
Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
No. What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma.
What's the difference?
And this other man, who was he? God damn it. My voice doesn't exist.
How can you be so sure it was the defendant? Crime took place at night. Would have been too dark.
How about you see who's lit up?
Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier.
Violence.
Huh?
You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why?
Who gives a fuck?
Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes.
And this relates to your testimony how?
That's perfect.
I mentioned this to illustrate my description of that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there were no lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact.
He sure is confident.
He seems to be telling the truth, too.
As opposed to a postmodernist, he's more of a hyper-modernist.
Well, I want to punch him either way.
I don't like either. Actually, I like hyper-modernism. It's kind of cool, but anyway.
Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same one just submitted as evidence?
I am sure. Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
Huh?
A book on tape.
Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed restricted my field of vision due to insufficient levels of illumination. Now, if we consider that the pistol, that is called Object A, was indeed shrouded in darkness, it becomes difficult to say certainly that Object A was indeed Object A.
I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly.
My badge for a normal witness.
Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can see it when I still close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon.
Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired?
Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask?
Aha, a contradiction, finally. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice.
Good eyes, Herr Justice. You're cool. Real cool.
Really? You think so?
Yet, there is no reason why this other shot needs to have been fired that night.
Meeting?
This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During, perhaps, another altercation.
He's got a point.
Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem.
He seems pretty confident in his testimony.
We always make the biggest mistake when we're almost confident. When we're most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere. Apollo, find it.
Don't get cocky or we might suck.
That's a penis joke.
Ha, 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 ha.
Better give that testimony
Another listen.
What,
But-
did you want to finish this or something?
But there's no need to do that. The contradiction is quite clear. And it is right here. All you need is to say that it was a bullet to the right temple, which it was.
If that's all of it, I think I have a chance.
Is that you relaxing? I see, Herr Justice.
Well, these are really comfortable chairs. Huh? Objection!
You ever been in a courtroom?
Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Apollo, pace yourself. The trial's not over yet.
It's just barely started.
Right, look at this.
The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right, a problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location?
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead. Did you not?
I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometric absolute. What I do mean by this, for example, the deflection of a meter is times the wavelength of light emitted by a krypton particle. As we all know, in addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely, that... Mr. Justice.
Never get laid, do you?
Yes.
Was that your objection to these, krypton particle things?
This is the big time, and you're obsessed with something so small, you disappoint me.
No. I'm obsessed with something big.
That's what she said.
There's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple.
Temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Yeah, right? Definitely.
Violence.
It is, right? Yeah.
Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice.
Yes.
Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objection to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it?
Exclamation point. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Yerk.
Hey, Herr Forehead.
Exclamation point. Forehead.
Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead?
Well, I guess, I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, like, STOP!
And you, Fräulein?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, Eek!
And you, Herr Stickler, what did you shout, I wonder?
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance.
Oh, God.
If the victim turned his head at the last moment...
Oh, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required.
Addendum.
Addend that shit, motherfuckers.
Addendum get.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Ceases that once, you two," I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened.
You shoot off a lot, don't you?
Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime? Indeed, with composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired, if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately.
Let us consider this no testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would.
I'll observe your diagram.
The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction.
Turning.
If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
That does seem to be the case.
Witness the power of
a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science.
Can you really get a more generic name than Ivy University?
Department of Science?
Very well.
Science!
Science!
Hey guys, there's a party in Asia tonight.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Where's this party?